In this problem, we're giving f of x as negative 4x squared plus 3x, and we need to find out what the value of, let's see, f of x plus h minus f of x all divided by h. So just as a disclaimer, this will be a pretty busy problem, but as long as we keep track of your signs and like terms, that's really what this problem is testing you on. So we know what f of x is, right? This is going to plug right in over here. But we need to figure out what f of x plus h is, so let's start looking at that. And all we're doing is taking everywhere that there's an x here in our f of x and plugging in an x plus h. So this will be x 4 times x plus h plus 3 times, oh, and this is squared, right? X plus h, okay? That's what this is. But before we can subtract f of x from this, we have to simplify this. So the first thing that we want to do is find out, well, what is x plus h squared, and that is just x plus h times x plus h, okay, and that is going to be equal to, what is this, x squared plus x times h. You just use the FOIL method for this, plus h squared, right? And then we can combine like terms where we get x squared plus 2x h plus h squared. Okay, so now let's go back and let's bring this down here. So we have negative 4 times the quantity of x squared plus 2x h, oops, plus h squared, and this is plus, now I'll go ahead and distribute this. Okay, so we're going to end up having to distribute 3 times here, times the x and times the h. So what I'll get down here is 3x plus 3h. Okay, so now I'm going to distribute the 4 to these terms here. And I get negative 4 x squared minus 8 xh minus 4h squared plus 3x plus 3h. Okay, so now all of this is that's my f of x plus h, and I'm going to be subtracting f of x. And so what is f of x? It is negative 4x squared plus 3x. Okay. So now when I simplify this, I end up with and actually let me make sure that I clarify that this is f of x plus h minus f of x. Okay, so let's see, 4x, negative 4x squared minus 8xh minus 4h squared plus 3x plus 3h. And when I distribute this negative sign, I'm going to have a plus 8x squared, excuse me, plus 4x squared minus 3x. Okay, so now let's look at this. That, I know it looks like a lot at this point, but there's some terms that will cancel out. So we can cancel out, let's see, we combine positive 4x squared with negative 4x squared with positive 4x squared. Then we combine positive 3x with negative 3x, they cancel out. And there are no other like terms, and so when I clean this all up, I have negative 8xh minus 4h squared plus 3h. Okay, so now it looks a little neater. And now what I want to do is set up my f of x plus h minus f of x all divided by h. Okay, so that's this. Taking all of that and just putting an h underneath. And again, I can cancel out like terms. I can factor out a h out of, I can factor out a h of all these terms, and so I end up removing, and then it just removes one of these. So the result is negative 8x minus 4h plus 3, and there are no like terms that I can combine, and this is as far as I can go. So there it is.